Well, it looks like we're interrupting today's regularly scheduled pay dirt for a box I just found sitting on the front porch. So we are going to continue the ongoing half-gram quest today, and I don't plan to be left holding the bag. I don't know how many people caught that reference there, but that opening was always my favorite part of this show. So I didn't know that's why when the glasses went on, if it would catch the name on them, because this doesn't show up very well on the camera, and especially on a cloudy and rather chilly day that we have out here in South Louisiana today. I got my these are actually my ski skins thermals that I would normally wear under my suit, and you may see we're sporting the new shirt. Got the ILoveMyFreedom.com if you want to get that. Of course, we got our flag on the other side. We're also sporting our Music Man pin. Thank you so much. The hat, because you know what that means. We had the big announcement. So, damn it. I don't know if we'll see how well the noise suppression mic works with this. They're shuttling people back and forth to the rigs today. But yes, our man is back up and running. 2024 was a very inspirational speech last night, announcing his run, and right on the track he needs to be. I mean, we acknowledge 2020, but it's behind now, and we've got to focus on getting what's important done, and that's taking control and getting this president back where he belongs. So really good, very inspirational. He covered what the way it used to be, the way it is now, and the plan for how it's going to be. And he's done it before. We've seen him do it twice. Came out of COVID, had redid it again, and by God, he'll be doing it a third time. So now it's just time to start rolling, and and do something about this. We have to start getting our own mail-in ballots out. That's the thing. We're not going to be able to change this in time in 2 years. So the focus should be play their game and fill up those mail-in and absentee ballots with Republicans, your family members. Sign up for them, the ones that would not normally maybe go out and vote. Again, it's just not that feasible, because we go out and do it, and our family members do go out and do that. So the numbers just aren't, and we're not frauds. But at any rate, we're up and running, and it is kicked off. And like I said, I just got the new Trump train shirt in. A very cool shirt, very good timing for it. So let us now get into the ongoing. If you've been watching John R. Prospecting, he does about 2 to 3 to every one of my bags I go through, but we're looking for the half gram, the elusive half gram from Lynch, where all the comments that talk about, oh, I've gotten over a half gram in those little $16 bags. So that being said, let's turn to the new gold epicenter of South Louisiana and see if we can be kept left from holding the bag as we get into our box of Lynch. And yes, we have our. You see, we're. I can't believe next week. I just realized next week is Thanksgiving. So, crap. But we're good to go here at the station, and we even got a little hot one there off of the plant just came off. And before we kick off, I just have to say a special thank you again to my awesome viewers we've got our Patriot Prospector Trump label he sent me. We've got our our Carson Prospecting Lego Trump he had sent riding the turkey there. We have our awesome Let's Go Brandon edition from Mr. Ed Kelly, who sent us the awesome stickers you guys have been getting and the coins. We've got our Trump Garden Gnome, Make Your Garden Great Again, that we got from Doug Odette. And again, and these are all viewers, man. I just can't thank you guys enough. It's so cool. And also, like I said, our pin from Music Man, and it's just like I said, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much. So like I said, this box came in and it is fresh off the porch. I had my my paydirt I was going to do today out, and I saw that, and it's like, well, you know, actually, it's pretty cold today. It's I got the jacket on now. It's in the mid 40s, but the wind chill has gotten it. That's why I was wearing the hat for my ears, because I've already been out doing the last mow today, which y'all can see my lovely. I did the neighbors there too. The new neighbor just moved in, so I went ahead and mowed theirs. But yeah, we're nice, and just check out that gnarly ass. This is my reaper. There's one left on the plant there that's ripe, and then I've got a bunch of new little blooms that are coming out. I just don't know how long this thing will keep going, but just check out that stalk, man. It looks like a damn tree. This thing is, and then the habaneros are looking a bit weaker, but they're still putting out. It's just crazy how this stuff keeps going. So let's we'll get underway with this. Actually, let's go ahead. We have a fresh cold pepper here. Let's I saw a guy do that on YouTube where he ate the whole thing at one time. About 3 times that size. Seeds and all. It adds an extra punch to it. And I specifically did that because that is the Carolina Reaper, hottest pepper in the world. But I received from T-Rep the peppers that we're going to do the chip challenge on. And he sent me this. I just received it. Thank you so much, brother. I sent him a few of these. He'd won the giveaway there. So I threw some of my peppers in there with him, but woo, I'm glad that wasn't any bigger than it was. But yeah, you can see it's a 2022. The Reaper pepper and Scorpion pepper. I don't know if it's 2 chips or not. I've never opened it. Let's go ahead and while I try to recover, and we'll look. All right, it looks like, I guess it is 1 chip in the box. So we'll be getting to that. Woo. That wasn't really a regularly scheduled thing to do. I just kind of jumped into that one. Woo. All right, I'm taking a swig of sweet tea. I don't have any brown sugar out here to kill it, but just that swig of sweet tea is just put out the back. So sugar is the way to combat this stuff. But oh man, so we've got us. Hold on, I'll be right back. Smoking Jehoshaphat, that beast lit me up. I will tell you what. I mean, I eat them before. I guess I get a seed or 2 in there maybe, but when you have the whole thing with all the juices and all the seeds, wow! And I think that third crop there has got a little more. That dog's got some bite. I'll tell you that. It's they beefed up a little since the last ones I had. So yeah. So this is the Lynch. I ordered. I saw. They finally had. I'm telling you guys, it's been over 10 minutes. And I mean, it was burning into my ear canal. It was so hot. Well, that's why I had to go get something to blow my nose. And I got in the house, and literally, I just had tears as my face was wet. But yes, I ordered these because they finally came back out with the Lynch. Let's get it open here, and we'll see the. Damn it. It is the Lynch loop, and it's different than the loop that I've gotten. This is a 10 to 21. Mine is the mine lights up. This one does not light up. This is just a straight. So this is not the $10 loop like they were giving away that was so fancy, that had the case. And yeah, that's well, I know I called John. I know John, our prospect, had been waiting for them to offer these again uh since the last one that I got, and they just never have. And now they finally have, but and it's got the Lynch. At least this one has its name on it, unlike those cheesy flashlights we got the last time that were just flashlights with nothing. So I did the thing. So I went ahead and ordered it where you put in the order, then they'll send you back you pay the postage, and then they'll send you back the request. Do you want another bag? And you can reorder the same order, and they take 5% off, so you save 81 cents on the next bag, and they don't charge postage for it. And you get another loop or another one of whatever they're offering for the day. So I'd gotten I did that and ordered the loops. Of course, it keeps you stocked on peanuts when you deal with Lynch. But yeah, this is the loop that John was wanting and that I was hoping to get again. Was this one that they had that came in the nice case, and it's got the large and the small lens, and it's got the LED lights that light up. I forgot to turn it off the last time I used it and ran the battery down. I just haven't got a new battery for it. But I mean, you can still use it without the light. It's just not quite as bright without the LED showing on it, which is nice. But it comes with the key, so you can open it up to replace the battery. So I just have to do that. I haven't, but I know that's what I was wanting to get, was another one of these, because it's even got the little hanger where you could, hang it around your neck or a lanyard or something. But it's I mean, it's still cheesy. It's plastic and it kind of falls apart, but the case is. But the loop was nice, and normally it's a $10 loop, so it was a cool thing to get compared to what they finally came back out with. So there you go. We got a couple of those and a couple of bags of the gizmos, looking for that half gram. Normally it's 0.20 is what you're going to get out of these. 1.9 to 2.1 averages out to about 2.0 most of the time. For the ones I've done, I think the most I've gotten before is a 0.2, 0.21 or 2.2 is the highest. But I'll see if I can find some of those like John does and put up some of the comments on of people that have. There's a number of them. I've seen some of them, but to get some screenshots of people bragging about getting that half gram. So he just went through whatever it was, 6 or 10 bags, and had nothing. So, and but again, I ordered this one, and one came in no postage, so I got one of them for $15.46, and one of them for whatever the $16.27 plus the $9.80 postage. The best deal on doing this, if you wanted to get these, is to get a couple of gizmos and an original or a bag of Vulture, and make that the order. And then whenever they double it, because you can get up to 3 bags of Paydirt for $9.80 on an order, or a Lynch bag, a big Vulture bag, and a small one together for the minimum, the $9.80, before it jumps up to the $14 price. So it's like I said, it is what it is. It's best for, a good way to get the extra merchandise, and they offer the free stuff if you want it. You get a couple of rags. John's got like 5 of these loops now that he's got. So I was like, well, you should give some away, So we will let's get our water set up here. Actually, I brought this out from inside. I learned my last lesson last year out here panning in the winter. And I'm like, well, I'm just using water out of the hose. And I realized, well, damn, I just because I'm emulating being out panning doesn't mean I have access to warm water. Why am I freezing my hands off out here with this damn freezing cold hose water? So yes, this is some very nice tepid inside water. Because even like I said, it's cool enough out here today, especially with the wind. It's actually calmed down a little bit right now, but where your fingers actually start getting that tingle. Been watching that weather band across the United States from Texas up to Chicago, 1,000 mile band of weather, winter storms and snow and ice. They say there's more coming in an Arctic front next week and throughout this week. So, as usual, we're expecting to get an amethyst and some peridot. That's usually the extent of what you're going to find in the. Did I not bring out my damn something to put my gems in? But there we go. There's a larger. Let's see. Why is it not? There we go. Peridot. A couple more smaller peridot. There's our piece of their obligatory amethyst. Usually it's not very purpley. It's pretty clear with a little purple on it. Every once in a while you'll get one that's decent. Oh, look, they give us a bonus. Another little small one in this one. More peridot. The polished and the smaller. Couple more peridot. And of course it's got the usual lynch dirt there look to it. Let's run it through the. It's supposed to have 20% black sand in these. Well, there's a little more in it this time than there was in the last bag, but again, it's just not nearly as much as I remembered having in the first bags that I got from. Same with that my vulture bag. That's a lot more than I got out of my vulture bag that's supposed to have, good 20 or 15 or 20% black sand in it. So there's that. So we got our gems in there. That's our gems out of this bag. Tap that out of there. We'll set them over there. Put some of this in here. Oh, I saw another little piece of amethyst there. Set that. Let's see if we can find us our own half gram. We're trying to beat John our prospecting to the half gram. I told him, I said, yeah, you'd be more likely to hit another one of those. He won the nugget bucket on the raffle, the big nugget bucket. And we're still waiting to see him work that. But I said, yeah, you're more likely to hit another one of those, or as likely to hit one of those is probably to get one of these half gram bags out of these things. Oh, I got to do a shout out to Can Do Veteran. He just hit 1,000 subs. Last Friday, he had his giveaway show. And it was actually on the same time that my regular show was on. So, but when it was done, I went over there and was catching his. And actually, hadn't been on but 20 minutes probably. And just from commenting on the chat, you were eligible to go on the wheel that he was spinning. He had like 22 prizes, I think, that he was giving away. And he my name came up. It spun the wheel, and my name came up for Bayou Gold guy. I was like, holy cow! And then he had like a bingo wheel that he would basket that he'd turn and pull numbers out of, and he pulled a number out to match the prize. So then I went to the it went to the wheel, the bingo basket, and he pulled out a number, and it was number 17, which that's my birthday. So I was like, well, that's cool. And my prize was a bag of Paydirt from uh, Brewers Prospecting. So Jeff Brewer. So that's very cool. Like I said, I was just I mean, there was a lot of 22. There was a lot of winners on there that night. Some really cool stuff, and like I said, he's a great guy. It was a fun time. It was on for 4 hours, I guess. But it was yeah, very very cool channel. He's over well over 1,000 now. So there's our gold showing up there. I'm not seeing a big pile like I would expect for a half a gram, but yeah, it's cool. Brewers was one of the very first people to ever win on my channel when I did I think he'd won the third or fourth place. He got one of my first vials of the Gator Eyes with the gold in it, and the little gems and stuff that made up the small vials with the one piece of gold that would show up for the display. But or actually, I think what it was he had just won. He was like third or fourth place, and he had won it, and it was just the Gator Eyes vial with the other gems in it. And it's like, well, hell, this is a gold guy. I can't send you out that with no with no gold in it. So that's the first time when I put some gold in there with it, and it made it look pretty cool. So started doing that more. But yeah, he was one of the first, and the Gator Eye and the Bayou Gold guy labels on the spice bottles, because I'd put them in those to protect them in shipping, because they were glass vials, and I'd already gotten broken glass vials myself in. So there we have that. So all right, well, let's I got that much left. I'm just gonna go through it all together and work this down, and we'll see what we have at the end. Well, all right, we are down to that concentration of black sand you saw, and the remainder of our gold. Man, I'm telling you that the heat from that pepper is just now finally all gone. It's been thing lasted for 30 minutes of a slow, finally fading out all the burn. It was kind of caught me by surprise there. I think harsher conditions do make for hotter peppers, but I thought that was more referring to like heat and not keeping them too overly watered. But it might mean I know down here the oranges, whenever they're filling up the citrus trees right now with oranges and grapefruits, but the oranges will not sweeten up until we have, usually in November to December, that first cold snap where it gets down in the 40s or 30s, and that's when it triggers those sugars in those oranges to really fill out, and they sweeten up considerably from where they are prior to that. But that's a nice little definitely a nice little amount of gold there out of there. I see a little wire piece and these little chunky little couple of chunkier looking spots in there. So again, not a half gram. I'm pretty sure. But I always keep my lynch gold separate from everything else, because like right now they're selling their gold's gone back up now. It's like at 1770, I think, today. But even when it was down at the low 16s, they were selling um, their flake gold for a spot price, and it was showed that it was the 21 karat gold. So that's part of the reason why when you see, well, I don't know how well it translates on the camera. It usually doesn't as well, but when you see this gold from Lynch, that's it's got that a very, very bright shine to it. It looks very clean. A lot of times because it is some of the higher carat gold, and most of the time it is 20 to 21 karat that they have, from what I understand. And I know when they have their nuggets, you can always look on their site, and it shows the carat amount for each of their nuggets, and according to the official, whoever they do that certifies it. But it shows the numbers for the silver content, copper, whatever is in there, and the gold, and it's pretty cool to see that. But all right, well, here we go again on part 2, bag number 2. We will keep them separate and see if they make sure they didn't try to stick me for an extra 83 cents of gold that I saved off of the. Oh, that's what I was looking for, was my rag to light this down a little bit, because that's what we will not be getting, the Black Friday sale. Well, I don't know. Maybe we actually might. We probably will, just to test it to see if they screw us out this year, because we got in when they actually had their first real sale. They always had the ongoing Black Friday sale, but last year they offered an additional savings on top of their never-ending Black Friday sale. And so John and I bought a bunch of bags on that. I think I bought 6 or 8, and he bought 12, like I said, 12 or 14, whatever. He can't just buy 1 or 2 of something. Yeah, come on, John. But yeah, and then it came to find out, we, instead of getting our 0.20 19 to 2021, we ended up with every bag with 0.16, where they had taken out for saving us like $3 or $2.80 per bag off of their sale, and took it out in gold. Just really, like I said, it was really cheesy. So, and on multiple, big multiple bag orders. So, but I imagine we'll probably will do a test run on it and see if they're still up to the same gold shenanigans this year. But again, I've had comments before about people like, Bayou, you don't seem to like Lynch. Why do you do it? And as well, because they say they sell 4,000 bags of the Belmont every month. It's one of the most popular gold companies, and some of my most viewed videos on gold are Lynch, and people know it, and they're interested to see what's in it and what they get, or what you get. Even, like I said, we do these over and over again on these small bags, and that's pretty much, what you're going to get in advance. We got a couple of pieces of the little pieces of the amethyst this round, and then the same thing, our peridot, and then there's our dirt once again, and there's another a few smaller pieces of peridot in there floating around. But so let me get something else to put these in, and then we'll be back. All right, well, let's see what the second bag has for us here. So yeah, some of y'all might have caught it if you're on the chat on the premiere from last week, but I'd mentioned that my Zelle account from Capital One had been hacked, and it cleaned out my bank account. And fortunately, I don't make it a point not to keep very much cash in my account unless it's on the way out for something. And it's under investigation and shit. But it turns out I finally went down there yesterday because I still wasn't getting any information back from. I went to the bank yesterday in person, and I'd gotten a call in from Capital One saying we show that a $200 charge tried to go, or a $200 payment tried to go out on your Zelle account to Wells Fargo Bank. Did you? I just need a yes or no answer. Did you do? And I'm like, no, I have not. They said, well, okay, well, it's been flagged as suspicious, and your account is locked down or whatever. And okay, and I only had $87 in the account at the time, and so they're telling me, okay, you're going to have to. I said, well, what do I do? What do I need to do? Do I, it wasn't breached; it was stopped, So, but your account, you have to unlock your account. So he's walking me through unlocking my account, and I hit the button where it says, "Damn, I'm starting to get rain now. That's not going to be pleasant." Where it says, sends me the code saying, this is you on this account. Yes, it was sent to my phone. And so I'm on the phone with him, and he says, okay, and your number, and I give him that number. And again, this call came in as Capital One on my phone, the number that I call to reach Capital One. So I have no question that this is a Capital One employee I'm talking to. And I give him the number, and I get disconnected for the second time from him, and this time he does not call me back. And then I'm trying to go into my account, and I see that now my balance is down to 55 cents, and it's been emptied out just since I was talking to this guy, telling me that my account was secured. And I'm like, well, how the fuck are they getting, how can, they have to do that through my phone to send stuff through my bank to Zelle to receive it or to send it. So I call another number that came up for Capital One for the fraud division that I got through to, and then they started investigating and say he validated, yeah, we show that call came in. That is the number from Capital One, and this and that, and I've got the claims down for it went out as $85 cent and $2 cent to Tamoya Brown with a phone number that's on my thing sent through my Zelle account. It's like I got the fucker's number. I'm sure it's a fake. It's all fake, but they say, oh, we'll call you back in the next 24 hours. Never heard from them. Finally, like I said, I went in and talked to them on yesterday, and the girls tell me that she calls the fraud division from the bank and is dealing with them. Oh, and tells me they're showing, yeah, you never received. There was never a charge or a attempt for $200 on your account. The scammers have a way to, I can't remember how she phrased it, scoop, the term she used. They can scoop their phone, but they can use Capital One's number to contact. She goes, we don't know how they do it, but they can use their Capital One number to call you as a Capital One employee and, sucker you in just like they did me. I know not to give any information to anybody on the phone of any kind, but when it's called in to you from your Capital One phone number that's logged in on your phone as a repeat number, you don't worry, you don't question that. So I'm asking her, so basically you're telling me anytime I get a call in from Capital One about anything on my account, I need to just hang up on it and call directly back to you guys. And she's like, yeah. So, well, you need to make that public, because, damn, it's not that's not something you expect to have to. So, yeah, they didn't actually hack into my Zelle. I gave them the number to access my account. So, yeah, so now after 14 years of the same account, now they're redoing. They're setting up a new account, new card send out. Going to have to reset all my securities, all my auto pays, all that shit. But so be aware, and I'm sure that does not just include Capital One. That could be any bank if they can, because like I said, she even admitted that they don't know how they do it. I'm going, well, aren't y'all responsible for the security for them not to be able to use your number and impersonate your employees to get What if I'd have had $10,000 in there? It would have been sucked out. That I mean, just geez, it's and they are gonna debit credit back the $87, but they haven't done it yet. But they're and they're doing the investigation. I'm still waiting for them to get back to me to setting up my new account. And meanwhile, I got auto pays and shit that are waiting to come in that have already been. One of them they went ahead and honored for some reason. I don't have overdraft on my stuff just for that reason too. I don't want anything. Oh, we'll go ahead and cover it. No, if it was fraud, you'd be covering a $10,000 or $100, $500 overdraft, whatever. But I'm just shocked that is what the level of it is. I'm going. So you're talking? There's somebody telling me there's somebody on a computer that is playing like they're on my phone, and they can usurp and bypass your securities, Zell's securities, and they anything I do on my phone, it sends me back text to my phone asking me, "Is this you?" Even on the phone I'm recording on right now, it's not set up for phone. It doesn't have phone service. It's just strictly I use it for doing this. My other old piece of shit phone is the one I use for calling and carrying around, just because I don't want to carry this one around and bust it up either. So, but yeah, so even if I'm on this phone, on Google or something, it'll call back and ask me on my other phone, or was that you using the account from this other phone? Yes, it was me. So how the hell do they get through to so yeah, so just be aware that if you get a call from your bank and they're telling you you've got, you're showing, charges this, hang up and verify it through your whatever bank you are, not because apparently the banks have no control over their own damn phone lines. It was insane. And then if that wasn't bad enough, I go to get my Saturday night grilling up at the store, and I pull up there, and my car, my key snaps off in my fucking car. My ignition key snap. Well, it's got a little bit of a nipple sticking out on the end of it, so I'm able to at least use my needle nose to turn it. So I crank it up, and it's running, and then it just dies. I was like, well, fuck, well, why, my car, my van doesn't, it runs when it starts. I go to start it now, it's clicking like the battery's dead on it. I'm like, fuck. And I get somebody's coming out of the store, and I'm like, excuse me, sir, would you mind, give me a jump? And I'd been underneath the house working. I'm in some jeans with a hole in the knee, and my jacket because it's already chilly. And he's walking, he's going, oh man, I got a lot of cooking I got to do. So can't you get somebody else too? I was like, well, yeah, I'm sure I can. I just saw you out here. I'm parked right there, but yeah, whatever. And another guy just walked by and just kind of, just shook his head. I was like, okay, because I didn't want to ask like a family or a woman or something. And finally, I found a guy that would come over. This is, at a Rouse's, but it's in the nicer part of town, But I found this guy, he looked about as rough as I did, and he tried to jump me off, and it wouldn't jump. He's going, dude, yeah, man, I think your battery is fried, or your alternator is fried. It's not going to let it run. So then I had to call a buddy. Luckily, I had a buddy that could come over there, pick me up. And I was going to go get a battery right then and change it. And he's like, no, man, I'd wait and do the alternator because you'll fuck up the battery. And we can, my son's a mechanic. He can come change it in the parking lot tomorrow because I do construction. I don't have mechanics tools. I don't even have the right set of sockets to get to that, even though it's relatively easy. On those side-mounted engines, you still have to have two people to even run the serpentine belt back. But so yeah, long story longer. Was out there at 7:30. They said fine, you can leave your van in the parking lot overnight, no problem. And went over there, got $240 for a damn alternator. I'm like, son of a bitch, those things used to be $50. What the hell? So yeah, so all said and done, I didn't have to have a new battery. The battery was fine. It was just run down because of the alternator going bad on it. And like I said, the guy gave me a good deal on changing it there in the parking lot, and they saved me $150 towing fee on it too. So came off better than I would have. But again, that was another almost $500 just out the door. That was not planned. We go into winter months, the work slows down, and Yeah, they're not gonna be those $500 gold bags or even $250 gold bags coming up that much this year, just cause yeah, the it took a sharp dive as far as people spending money on that kind of shit over the last 8 months that were they're now putting off. You know, a couple of people that had jobs that they wanted done from still hurricane stuff that are like, we gotta have to wait, you know. And hey, you know, I understand 100%, but again, that's one of the things about doing this kind of YouTube channel, though. You can't sit here and play video games for free and do videos. You have to have money if you're going to put out videos on gold, and you got to have money to buy some cool gold. So every once in a while, at least, to you know, you're not gonna just enthrall a lot of people by repeatedly just doing little quarter-gram bags or less. Unless you're looking for that half-gram quest, like on these gizmos, it's like, okay, are we going to get it this time? But yeah, it's a different animal on doing YouTube like this than it is on a lot of, or where you just have to comment. I'm thinking I need to start moving more towards commentary, political gold or something like that of that nature on for a title. By you BGG rants or something. I don't know. Well, I'm seeing our gold there, but it's just not screaming half gram to me. So yeah, that win on Friday night was the high point of the week and the weekend. And like I said, I'm still dealing with the bank on just trying to get my account back active again. I finished off the house next door. Everything except I've still got 6 yards of dirt coming to fill in the holes and some of the backyard, and that's going to be some fun hauling. Although the majority of it will stay in the front yard, which is good to fill up the 3 holes there from the trees that were uprooted during Hurricane Ida that are captured on video there on the full day of Ida. You know, I'd like to check out that, watching my neighborhood disintegrate around me as I stood on the front porch. Maybe I'll put that in the link of the end screen. It's funny. It still gets video views regularly. So all right. Well, it looks like that ends our quest on these. And don't get me wrong, that wasn't a poor me story or anything. I was just letting y'all know I was mainly the bank issue definitely was just a, heads up warning, because like I said, I was just stunned by their incompetence at being able to protect my account from hack through my when they make you jump through hoops on your phone to get through your account on this stuff, and then somebody else can just it's I don't know. So let's see here. Here's our this is bag number 1. That looks like our standard 0.19 to 0.20. Actually, when I say this, I'm always wrong. The opposite. I said this one looks like it's bigger than the other. Like this would be maybe a 0.21 rather than a 2.0 compared to our second bag here that looked a bit smaller to me. I don't know. Now that I say that, well, still bubbly. There we go. Get the bubbles out of the way. Those that looks a little more so too. So I don't know. Bag number 2 or bag number, where is it? Bag number 1. Yeah, number 1 looks like it's got more. Number 2 looks like it's got maybe a couple of thicker pieces though. But all right, well, let's I'll keep them separate, weigh them up, and find out the truth inside. And then of course there's our second bag's worth of Paydirt amethyst. Well, we are in from the cold with our dried golds. That's our second bag's worth of our lynch gold. So we'll set that safely to the side there. And we have our first bottle ready to go. So let's check our scale. We are at 20 grams, and let's see what we got in bag number 1 in our quest for the half gram. Well, that's what I was saying on that first batch. It looked like it might be 0.21, 0.209. We were at 2.1 when it first poured in, but it looks like we're holding at 2.09. So 0.209 on that one. So let's go ahead and move that one to out there. Our little holding pan here. And this is the one I said it looked like it had some bigger pieces in it. A little bit chunkier, a few little chunkier pieces there, but let's see what we get on this one. .195. It looks like that is going to be our number on that one. So I guess between of that would almost count as a 0.20 average, or right at it. 0.193 is okay. 195. It's going to hold. We're gonna let it. We're gonna give it that much. So, all right. We combine them. That gives us a grand total for 2 bags of 0.402. Looks like we're gonna hold it 402 for that one. So that will be our return amount on this order. And like I said, so this was a $41.53 order, counting the postage, but I do not count postage. So that gives us a material value of $31.73 that we need to see what we got on our return on this. All right. We have our lovely Lynch gold here, and I did some number crunching. And you can see it is that beautiful, clean, shiny, chunky. If you recall the last bag I did, it had a few pieces that were very smooth and rounded. It almost looked like a pour that was not typical of Lynch gold. But this stuff has the oops, sorry about that. Don't touch the tripod. It has that Lynch. There's that little wiry piece there, and And that little one right there, it's very small. That's the tip of a toothpick. So yeah, very, very pretty little stuff though. Always a fun bag to go through. Easy. Y'all saw it's very easy to go through. And you get a nice little bit of gold. So the issue with Lynch is they don't change their gold for the value of the of what gold is. So when I bought this stuff, it was on my floor. Even moving on my floor shakes this. On October 31st, gold was going for $1,643 an ounce, or $52.84 a gram. We got 0.402 total out of this, which was a gold value of $21.24. And with our cost, which was at $31.73, not counting postage, and with our discount, it comes to a 67% ROI. So that's one of the lower ROIs because the price of gold was lower, and yeah, the amount doesn't change, even though it's not a guaranteed amount in these bags. Like I said, they don't change it up for the price of gold. You always get the same amount. So therefore, and again, I take off the postage. If you added the $10, $9.80, $10 postage, now you're down to, a 50, 58%, 59%, if that. So not the greatest ROI. So you get a lot better ROI. Like if I did it on the day's price for today, which is at 1,774, yeah, I have a lot better gold value on that than I do from the day I bought it. But again, it's irrelevant because they don't change the amount in it either way. It's always going to be pretty much the same amount. So there you go. But like I said, it's pretty, and we got the loop, and the 2 loops that came with the order, because a loop with every order. And I imagine that there probably will be, I will be picking up, and I imagine John will too. We will be getting a couple of bags at least, and then we have our gems from it. There's our amethyst at the top, and then our peridot, and like I said, not a lot of variety to it, pretty standard. And but yeah, just to see if we get shorted like we did last year. That'll be the looking for the half a gram quest, but also to see if they're stiffing their customers again this year for Thanksgiving, as a little Thanksgiving screw you from Lynch. So we'll see about that. And so I guess that'll do us for this little bit. Well, all right. I guess that will wrap up this episode of Lynch Quest for the Half Gram, and the search goes on. Like I said, John gets a lot more of these than I do, so he'll probably be the one, if one of us finds this, to do it. If it's actually out there, it may just be mythical, but still, we got a little more gold to add to the Lynch vial, so that is cool. And like I said, it's got a couple loops. Probably be giving one of those away coming up on a giveaway or something for one of you guys. And so I guess until we're going into Thanksgiving, I hope everyone has a very wonderful Thanksgiving week and Thanksgiving Day. I'm sure there'll be something coming up on. I'm not sure if I'll be doing a Thanksgiving episode or not this year. I know we're going to have the regular Friday, the Black Friday episode coming up. So I'll see if I might have something pop up for Thanksgiving evening, just to have a little time in the chat with you guys that are available and say hi and happy Thanksgiving. Show that turducken. I'm going to have the turducken in the big new oven. See if we can get a $10,000 turducken out of that thing this year. I had to juggle that stove last year to get that turducken to work out. So we'll see if it's any better. And I guess that will wrap up this episode. Thank you all so much for joining me here on Bayou Gold Guy. I am Bayou Gold Guy. And again, we got the the Trump train shirt. If y'all are interested in that, you can get it at the I Love My Freedom. Oh, wrong one. This is I Love My Freedom.com. It's a great site. They have all kinds of different merchandise and stuff there, and a lot of good deals once you start buying from them. So check that out. And again, we put Nancy Pelosi out of a job. That's something. We got the man back in the field. We got Nancy out on the street, drunk Nancy. She can return to the gutter. Only issue, we got Kevin McCarthy trying to weasel in with the the rhinos to get Speaker of the House, and we can't let that happen. So hopefully 31 voted against him. We need an America First MAGA Republican that's going to be running that House. So we'll work on that one here in the upcoming time. So till then, it's going to be a lovely holiday. I might even actually watch a Cowboy game. It's been 5 years since I've watched any football at all. The last ones I watched were some of my Cowboys, but this the woke BLM terrorist National Felon League just got to where I'm just sick of all of them. So, but I saw comments from LaChina James saying how he was not a Cowboy fan anymore. He was renouncing his Cowboy fandom, and because of something Jerry Jones did. I think, well, hell, if LaChina's not watching them, then maybe I'll tune in for again, I don't know any of the players. I don't really, but just for the nostalgia of having a Thanksgiving Day Cowboy game to watch. I don't know. We'll see. It's like I said, I haven't watched any of it. I'm sick of all of them. So, but if you enjoy it, then there'll be a couple of games on to watch, and we'll catch you in between. So again, everyone have a wonderful Thanksgiving. If you made it this long into the video, I'd appreciate if you would hit that subscribe button and join us maybe on a live chat sometime. If you're new to the channel, again, this is what we do. We do pan gold, and it's gotten to be a little bit of everything else, from cooking to a little politics to little animals and hurricanes and everything else. So again, hit that subscribe button and join us again. So till the next time, my friends, again, have a very happy Thanksgiving and peace out. And you might want to try some of that little bag of that lynch gold.